Howdy do everybody. Just got back from picking up my prescriptions at Target, the CVS there, and figured, I might as well pick up some of the new Pokemon set. I'm not sure how new it is, but this is the latest set, Sword and Shield Rebel Clash. Picked up one of the pre-constructed decks. Looks like it's a metal deck. Both one that I saw were metal decks, so we'll take a look and see what it is. Here is a list of the contents. Haven't picked up a deck in a few years, so I just wanted to see what things were like. Also grabbed some extra packs because it's always nice to randomize and make decks your own. Usually they're fun right out of the packaging. Rip right into it. That's half the fun. It's like you're going to be using that box again. Rip right into it. What do we got here? Looks like a fold-out play mat. Really don't need this a whole lot because we've got that the Pokemon Battle Arena set, which has that really nice board game quality. But the artwork on this, I love how it's got the Pokemon on it that's featured on the packaging. It's sort of doggy with a Final Fantasy type scarf, and he's got a large sword in his mouth. Golden helmet. Looks kind of awesome. I don't think there's anything on the other side, but let's take a look. Yeah, actually there is. Looks like a poster almost for Sword and Shield Rebel Clash. Looks like it features the two Pokemon that the decks were based off of. Try to set that aside. Bloop. Get rid of that plastic packaging. Don't need packaging. What we got here? There's all sorts of stuff in here. It's got punch-out tokens. They are foily. That's a nice touch. See how they sparkle and shine. We got a quick start rules. It's a nice stapled booklet. It's kind of hefty. Oh, that's nice. It's not small text. It's nice. Clear, concise pictures, what you can do, how you can do it. This is nice. This was something that if I remember correctly, was lacking the last time I picked up some decks. And again, that was a few years ago when I was still at Toys R Us and they were still around. Looks like we have a Zacian. No clue how to say that name. I probably butchered it 100,000 times. Pokemon experts out there will be able to correct folks on how to say it. Theme deck, sort of tactics you can use. Oh, nice, and it gives you a full checklist of everything that's in the set, along with the rarity. I guess Rare H is a high rarity. X rarity is probably like a super rare. Oh, yeah, it's got a key right down here. Star with an X is a holo rare. Alright. V Max. I don't know what V Max is. Maybe it's a very rare Max. What's Star H? Star H is holo rare. Awesome. So this is really good. It gives you a full checklist for the set. I'm curious what the two boxes are for. So we've got two boxes here. Black and blue. It's uncommon. Yep, uncommon. But then some are like red and blues. Maybe those are like alternate art, variant styles. Oh, let's take a look, see what we got here. I don't know why this is in its own special little package. Let's take a look. Special condition poisoned. Gives you the rules for that. That's nice. That's really good. Special condition confused. Burned. God, this is an amazing, well thought out product. Some of these things were lacking in decks not more than a few years ago. That's a promo code. I'll hand that to a friend of mine. Alright, here is the featured Pokemon. It is a basic Pokemon. That means you can start with it in play. That's amazing. 120. I always love starting with a large basic Pokemon out. That way my opponent can whittle away at that while I'm building up my benched Pokemon. So we've got Metal and any other type for an energy beam. That'll do 30. Also attaching Metal Energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Alright, so you might want to actually hold him back for later, because then the turn after you're already going to have the energy and you're probably not going to have some in hand. Flip a coin. If tails, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. Alright, so you get to do the big 120 with 3 energy, and then if you get a tails, you have to discard energy, so then you go back to energy stream, and that'll get you your energy right back. 120, hopefully you have some healing to keep him out. That is a nice looking foil. Counts as a rare in the set. And then what do we got down here? Now armed with a weapon it used in ancient times, this Pokemon needs only a single strike to fell even Gigantamax Pokemon. Even the camera was having a hard time reading that one. That's awesome that it's got some flavor text down there for you. It is weak against fire. It takes double damage from fire. It's resistant to nature. That's pretty good. Its retreat cost is 2. Let's take a look at the deck. It already comes packaged in the deck. This is not cellophane wrapped. Makes it easy to get into. Love it. The deck inside is not cellophane wrapped, so that is amazing. Makes it easy to get into. Looks like we just got some basic Metal Energy type Pokemon energy. Pokemon Catcher. Flip a coin. If heads, switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. That could be pretty good. Bringing out one of their Pokemon when they're not ready for it. Tranquil. It's a stage 1, so you need to get the basic one out, and it also tells you what it evolves from. P-Dove. They've really tried to make this game really easy to get into and play so that you don't have to reference a lot. Unfazant. Evolves from the Tranquil that we just saw. Has some discarded energy from this Pokemon when you use the Air Slash. 150. Weak against lightning. P-Dove. Chirp. Search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon with fighting resistance. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Unfortunately, Zacian is nature resistance, not fighting. But it looks like P-Dove, so P-Dove could look for other P-Doves. And his evolutions, the Tranquil and the Unfazant, are fighting resistant. So it doesn't say basic, so P-Dove using Chirp can actually let you search for the evolutions that you need to get going. And it's odd that it has fighting style, but you can use any type of energy for it. That's probably why it's in there. Nose Pass, another basic. It's only 80, but you can get some quick hits in there if you have the spare energy to do it. Great Ball. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Deck search is pretty much the same as card draw, just a lot more refined. Hop, draw 3 cards. Card draw will win you games. Having more options is always good. Just be careful you don't deck yourself. You always need to keep cards in your deck. Just try and outpace your opponent with what cards you have. Draw 2 cards with Dan here. You and your opponent play rock, paper, scissors. Alright, until someone wins. If you win, draw 2 more cards. So no downside to this. You're always getting at least 2 cards. You might draw 4. Probopass. Alright, so the Nose Pass that we saw earlier that was a fighting type apparently evolves into a metal type. Probopass. Show me what you got. Galarian Meowth. Alright, 70 for a basic. Honed Claws. During your next turn, this Pokemon's slash attack does 60 more damage before applying weaknesses and resistance. So you can either hit every turn for 30, or if you think you've got a good point where your opponent has to then put out a Pokemon or maybe switch some things out, or if you have a heal to get you back up, getting 90 in on one hit. Because think, if you're spending 2 turns to do 60 total, 30 and then 30, you might as well use this if they can stick around, because then in 2 turns you're doing 90. Be a little bit better. Even if the Pokemon you're attacking has resistance half to metal, you're just better off doing that. Otherwise, they'd be taking 15-15, which is 30 total over 2 turns. Whereas if you hit them for 90, they'd be taking 45. So either way you math it out. If you can keep this Galarian Meowth out, doing the Honed Claws and then the Slash is the better way to go, it looks like. If you have the 2 energy. If you just have the 1, just don't bother putting the 1 on there. Just use him to soak up some attacks while you build up your backboard. Professor's Research. Professor Magnolia. Discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Amazing if this is the last card in your hand. Use that to completely refill. Holucha. I like it. It's like one of the Mexican wrestler masks things that I've seen before. Basic Pokemon 90, that's pretty good. Windfall, shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. Not bad, not bad. Definitely sets you up for later. Helps you refresh, keeps your game going. Definitely a good mid-game basic Pokemon just to get out there. This is the sort you might want to retreat. It's only got a retreat cost of 1, so you get him out there, use the ability, get that energy off to bring him back so you don't let your opponent get a quick prize card, but it allows you to refresh your hand. Also, I'm not sure if there are any cards that stop trainer cards or support cards, so having a card refresh type ability on a Pokemon might get around some of those effects. Or you can also speed attack 30, so it requires very little investment. Just 1 energy, you can do either of them. And also with the 1 energy, you could retreat as needed. Not bad. Really like Holucha. Another hop. Pokekid. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. I like that. Anything that gets you what you need is good. Berserker. Galarian Berserker evolves from the Galarian Meowth that we saw earlier. 120, really beefy guy. You only need 2 energy to get that slash 50 out. 3 to do the 80 times. What do we do here? Flip 3 coins. This attack does 80 damage for each heads. So flipping a coin 3 times, we can debate math all we want. Probability doesn't really work in the real world. It's just a good guideline, because it all depends on the type of coin that you're flipping. It all depends on how you're flipping it, what the relevant ambient conditions are while you're flipping it. Yeah, every time you flip the coin, it's a 50-50 chance. But you know, there are a lot of things that can factor into it. Sometimes it'll help you out, sometimes it won't. More often than not, you're at least doing 80. Higher probability, you're doing just 80. Very low chance you're not going to do anything with it when you're flipping 3 times. For 3 energy, there is the potential. 8 times 3 is 24, so 240. But more often than not, you're going to be doing either 80 or 160. Rarely will you get 0 or 240. Sonia. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon or up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Sonia is amazing. Having energy late game is great. Running Sonias will allow you to run fewer basic energy, especially if you're just a solo energy type deck. Also, Sonia will help with energy fixing in case you're running 2 or 3 types and you're lacking that particular type. Sonia basically counts as whatever type of energy you need. Sonia's amazing. P-Dove again. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Gets around retreat costs, very good and handy to have. Use that on Hawlucha. Metal Saucer, attach a Metal Energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. Really great, will help you after you've lost your first Pokemon or two. Another Zacian, only this one's non-foil, so we've already seen him, so at least we have two in the deck. That's great. That's amazing. That way you can play one early game, draw one into one later. Also, since it's a basic Pokemon, we might have some cards in here that would help us look for him. Another Nose Pass, Galarian Berserker. I love the pun on that one. Another Hawlucha. Love it. We got two Hawluchas. Great. Another Great Ball, another Dan, Pokekid, Meowth, Metal Saucer, another Sonya. Two Sonyas in there is amazing. Hop, I think that's our third Hop in there, so definitely another progress. Definitely some good deck building. All right, this looks like a pretty good deck to play. They also gave us a coin. I do not, oh, it's got the Zacian as the picture. I don't recommend anyone actually use these for flipping. I've never had in the past good experience with flipping these. I recommend getting an actual coin, preferably a 50-cent piece. 50-cent pieces tend to flip really well. The weight is usually pretty evenly distributed on those. Alright, so not bad for the deck itself. Let's take a look at these packs, see if we get anything that could help us augment what we got. Because it's always fun to customize and make your own deck. Pull it out against your friends and marvel at your own creation. Alright, so it looks like we got a code card. I love Darkness Pokemon. I was really sad there wasn't a Darkness deck for that, but I'll see if I can track down an older one. Darkness Psychic were always my favorite. Vullaby is a common. Galarian Corsola is a common. Toxel? Dr. Tozel. That's going to be stuck in my head. Common. Galarian Mr. Mime. Snover. That is an awesome name. Snover. Oh, okay. We got a foil, full foil here. Wingull. Looks like it's a foil common. Not bad. Okay, so we did get a basic Pokemon. Metal. Looks like our rare foil Pokemon portion. We might be able to put this in the deck we just got. Awesome, to help augment it. One for Metal Sharpener. Attach a Metal Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Awesome. So while he's out, you can be doing a little bit of damage. And if you have Metal Energy in your discard pile, you can use him to start equipping energy to your benched Pokemon and get them ready for when he eventually goes away. But he's going to be doing damage while he's out there. If you do decide to keep adding energy to him, Power Beam will get you set to do some massive damage. But awesome, we did get a card that we can use to augment our Zacian deck. Palpitoad as one of our uncommons. Morgrim as one of our uncommons. See, I just love the Darkness Pokemon. I just love the coloration, especially with the yellow border. Full Heal. Oh, what do we got here? Your active Pokemon recovers all special conditions. Nice. So if he's poisoned or confused, I guess that will take care of it all. Get him some medicine. Nice, we got a couple pretty good things out of that pack. What do we got going on in pack number 2? Let's get rid of that code card. Alright, let's take a look at our commons. Dreepy. Quick attack, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 10 more damage. Not a bad early game Pokemon if you're running Psychic. Another Snover. Binnacle. Interesting. Galarian Darumaka. Or Dorumaka. Not quite sure how to pronounce that guy. Ice Punch. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Good thing we got that full heal in case anyone runs him against us. Vulpix. I love the artwork on that one. Pretty good. Confuse Ray. Your opponent's Pokemon is now confused. Alright, so let's that looked like a special one after this one. So we got a full foil here of Bunnelby. How cute is that name? Bunnelby. So we might be able to run him in our deck. He's basic, neutral, with any color you can burrow. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Awesome, so you can actually start to mill your opponent out. And then Headbutt Bounce, 3 energy for 50 damage. I doubt he's going to stick around that long with only 70 health. But I don't know, being able to, maybe there's a mill strategy. In mill basically means just, it's a Magic the Gathering term. It started with the card Millstone. For any Pokemon players out there who haven't done Magic the Gathering or heard that term before, Millstone had an effect where you could pay 2 energy, tap it, and your opponent put the top 2 cards of their deck into their discard pile. And in Magic, if you ever had to draw a card and you couldn't, you were out. So it was a weird strategy to go for, but it was viable. And they've since latched on to that strategy. So most sets will have some sort of mill effect to it, where top card of the deck goes to the discard pile, so you can try and run your opponent out of deck. That's why you don't want to draw too many cards. You want to keep an eye on that. This Bunnelby looks pretty good. Let's take a look at this guy. Caparaja. V. I'm not familiar with that V. I'm familiar with like EX and things like that. And GX. I'm not familiar with V. Basic Pokemon, 220. It is metal type, so that fits the deck that we picked up. Amazing. All right, so what do we got here? We have got, you need 2 metal energy and 1 of any other. Adamantine Press. This is going to be doing 90 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weaknesses and resistances. Amazing. So he's definitely going to be sticking around for a while. He also has Rack Down, which requires 3 metal energy and then 1 of any other, and that's going to do 180. Takes a lot to retreat him for energy. He's weak against fire, which makes sense. If you're heating metal, metal tends to get weaker the more you heat it, but he is resistant against nature. Let's see what this V rule is. When your Pokemon V is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prizes. Alright, so that accounts for him being so much more powerful. Amazing. Look at that. Listen the texture on it. Amazing. We got a Psychic Energy. We got a Dual Blade. Evolves from Hone Edge, so we don't have a Hone Edge yet, but we have this metal Pokemon we might be able to put in there at some point. Lombre. Hatren. Those were our uncommons. Awesome, so some pretty good packs so far. Let's open up pack number 3, and these are just pulled right off the peg. My local game store usually doesn't get Pokemon stuff in, and I just happened to come across and see these there while I was picking up, again, my prescriptions at the CVS. Let's get rid of that code card. So we have got another metal basic, Bronzor. Only uses 1 to do 10, or 2 to do 20. I don't know. It might be useful, but I have to look. Dr. Tozo. Applin. Withdraw. Flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. Only 40, so you gotta hope that that works. So if there are any cards out there that let you reflip things, definitely go for it. So we got another Bunnelby. We got Durumaka. Palpitoad, we got a foil Palpitoad here. What's our rare? Galarian Darmanitan. Evolves from the Darumaka. So we've got 2 Darumakas, so we would be able to use him if we got a blue energy deck, water energy. Doesn't really help our deck right now. but he is weak against metal, so it looks like anyone trying to run him we'd be good against. Indeedee, the basic Pokemon, is one of our uncommons, 100 for Psychic. Heal 30 damage from each of your Pokemon. We might just want to put this in our deck, just as like a nice mid-game Pokemon, in case we had to switch out some damaged ones or retreat some damaged ones. Drop Indeedee out, just get 1 energy on them, because you could use a metal for that, and then use it to heal all of our bench Pokemon by 30. We might want to look into running Indeedee. Just because a Pokemon is not of your energy type, always look for special abilities like this and run them in your deck. Look, see how they can help you. Charjabug evolves from Grubbin, and Metapod evolves from Centipede. Alright, so those were our 3 booster packs. We did get an amazing pull there for our deck with the Caparaja V. It's just amazing. And with the deck itself, I think we got some nice Pokemon to work with. Thank you for taking the time to take a look at this. Hope you enjoyed it. If you were thinking about picking up this deck, now you've been able to see what's inside. I think it's worth the purchase. It looks like a fun deck to play. Pick up a few extra packs just so you can modify your deck, try things out, mix it up, make it your own. Thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. And as always, during this COVID situation, you all stay safe.